Okay, so it's the day after the big Delaware Wedding Expo at the Chase Center, and so much happened that we didn't get to video everything. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a recap of what we did not get on video. So this whole idea came out of a sketch that I scribbled into some like tiny notebook. I didn't know if it was actually feasible. I saw some elements on Pinterest, obviously, because Pinterest, you know, it's great for that. And I brought it to my friend Steve Halko. I've been photographing for him for a long time. He had a baby on the way, and I said, listen, let's do some photos for exchange for a set, if you can build it for me. And he did. He looked at the sketch and was like, yeah, we can do this, and I have some interesting ways to make it better and make it easier to work with, and he absolutely turned this silly little sketch into a full-blown reality.
You're just drawing a little drawing.
I know.
Thing.
I'm just sitting around.
That's like the favorite part, is taking something two-dimensional and just making it.
Making it
what
real.
It's supposed to be, yeah.
And the fact that it can actually work, because I'm like, I don't know, will it happen? You're like,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, really?
I'm like, yeah, that's easy. And you're like, no. I'm like, no.
For me,
we got
no.
it. Like,
For
we got
you,
this.
yes.
We got it.
Every time I got to see it, going to his wood shop, I was like blown away. Like, this is real. My silly little 2D drawing, I'm like grabbing it. It's sturdy. This is a real piece of, honestly, craftsmanship. He did such a good job on it. And then he even painted it too, because while I'm great at editing and great at camera work, I'm kind of a haphazard individual, so I did not want to pick up the paintbrush because I think I would just ruin what awesome work he did. So he even painted it for me. Big shout out to Steve at Halko Woodworking, highly recommend. After that, we set everything up in my parents' garage to keep it out of the weather. My dad helped us in the assembly, as he has a very, very long history of being a carpenter, so I knew he was perfect for the job and that he would want to help. So he helped us set it up, did a couple tweaks, and we got to decorating this thing, what it would look like. You know, I had a basic example on my scratched piece of paper, but I wanted to see it in real life. I wanted to see how all the photos would fit, how all the elements would fit. Originally, I did not render or scribble, because I did both. I did an Illustrator rendering and a pen drawing, but neither of them had my antique cameras that I happen to have. So those made a cameo if you watch the reels. They are all from my grandfather, and with the exception of one. There's a 70s Nikon or Nichromat that is my aunt's. And I attempted to put my first camera ever out, which is a blue and red Fisher-Price camera. But my coordinator, my manager, if you will, and my booking assistant, my sister, was like, this doesn't match anything. So we left the childhood camera away. But I was really excited to have all of these cameras that really speak to my history as a photographer, and even my ancestry as photography goes. Really excited that they got to make an appearance, and you know, nobody tried to fuss with them or take them, and it was really cool, and I think they made a really great addition to the set. But we set it up at my parents', broke it down, packed it up, and we waited for the next day. I didn't sleep much that night. I was very nervous, this being our first expo. I've participated in many expos from other industries I'd worked in, from screen printing and invitation sales for a party store. So expos weren't new to me, but this is my company. This is my little dream that every day I look at and I'm like, how am I doing this? How is this real? And it was really cool and very nerve-wracking all of a sudden for all the responsibility to be on my shoulders. Like, the success of this is weighing heavily on me. So I've had a hard time sleeping and texted another photographer who was feeling the same way. And but we got all the sillies out in the morning. I dumped a very extra large thing of ice water at Wawa on the way there, and we had some other silly little events happen that was like, okay, we got it all out of the way, now let's go do this thing. We set up. The setup was seamless. Again, thank you, Steve, and thank you, Dad. Very easy to get that thing up, pretty simple to transport. And then we got to work. Once the doors opened, they came in droves, and there was a lot of moments where a booth across from us was a little bit out, so it kind of bottlenecked the area. But in a way, it kind of is a measure of how successful the booth was. People were drawn to the booth. I heard a lot of oohs and ahs, even if they didn't stop. They grabbed a business card, which was good. I kept mentioning that everyone had business card fingers. They would like come up if it was really crowded, they were just coming up and business card fingering and grabbing one, which is good. That's a win. They took my information. The booth caught their eye enough for them to say that I enjoyed the look of this and the aesthetic. So again, Mark, who's videoing this now, our other lead, my husband, and another integral photographer for Limetree Photo, who was doing all the vlogging and video for me, was not able to pick up the video cam during the portion of people coming in and chatting with us because he got sucked right into chatting with people. The booth was popping. There was a lot of people and asking questions, and so it was really cool. After that, we closed everything up. We were exhausted. Came home, and it just feels like a whirlwind. I'm really grateful for everybody that helped. I've mentioned it before, but for this video, again, thank you to Steve Halko with Halko Woodworking. Thank you for working with me and the crazy barter idea. Thank you to Christine, my exclusive makeup artist, who gave me the idea of thrifting all the frames. Those really added that element that I think embodies Limetree as far as that nostalgic, reminiscent style that I try to represent. And thank you, Christine, for being there. That was awesome. Thank you to Jordan, my manager, sister, booking assistant, for keeping me on track and my crazy ADHD brain. Thank you to my husband and the person holding the camera right now, Mark Tisdale, for believing in this crazy, again, this is like a crazy childhood dream. I don't work for anybody. I do this for myself, and I help provide for the family doing this. And it just took somebody in my life to go, yeah, I mean, if you can do it, go do it. And so I do it. I do it every day, and I credit him with that. I'm being a big helping hand and learning all of this alongside of me and participating. Huge thanks there. Big thanks to my dad for the setup. Big thanks to ACS, the American Consumer Show, who put on the Delaware Bridal Show and does it every year. I was able to work with them through a little bit of an issue that was going on in the beginning, and they were very helpful. So I do want to give them a big thank you and a big kudos. Thank you to Christopher Ginn Studios, another photographer who gave me a lot of insight as far as what goes into this wedding show and what it looks like, because this was a totally new environment for me as the business owner. So it was really great to have that insight and kind of like a cheat sheet to work off of. And I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. Sam and Russell Lawson for the logos. I got woodcut logos because I was really particular, and I could have gone the easy route, but that's just not my style. We went with these individually cut letters that I think really escalated the look and feel of the booth, the professionalism in the booth. So if you need any woodcut letters, they do a bunch of other stuff too. I'll be sure to tag it here. But, and lastly, my mom for watching my kids and my dog while we were doing all this crazy stuff. Hoping to hear back from a lot of the brides. Met a lot of cool people. It was so nice talking to all of you, and I really look forward to meeting some of you and working with you in the future and doing more of these shows, because even though there's not a great way to measure, at least we didn't this time. I've got ideas for the next one. This is going to keep growing and morphing and molding, and we've got better ideas on how to track success of these now. So there's no real good tracking this time, and that's okay. But I'm really excited to get out there and do some more shows. We might be doing one in Magnolia and hopefully one in Dover. We'll make sure to tell you guys about it, what to look forward to, probably on the Instagram. And yeah, looking to do more of these and this again next year. So thank you for watching, subscribe, and see you next time.
Thanks for following us here on Instagram and checking out our journey, setting this stuff up. Tiffany, you're amazing.
Oh my God, stop, you're amazing.
I'm looking forward to hearing back from everybody that stopped in and saw us here today.
Yeah, we'd like to thank, I think it's ACS, the trade show company, for putting on such an amazing event, giving us an opportunity to come out and showcase our art and our creation. It's really a blessing to be able to do this for a living, and
we love what we do.
We love what we do. So yeah, we're excited to work on the happiest day of people's lives, as you can see. Some really cool vendors that I want to shout out that helped us put this set together. Of course, Christine inspired me with her thrifting magnificence, and she came over and helped me paint these letters and blocks. So a lot of actual hand-done work put in here. Big thank you to Steve at Halco Woodworking for building the set. My dad over yonder for helping us assemble and bring it here. Thank you to Russell and Sam Lawson for cutting these letters.
The laser cut.
The laser cutting. Yeah, just a lot of cool people. Jordan, of course, my booking assistant and sister here, keeping me managed, keeping the whole thing running smoothly. Otherwise, it would be a chicken with my head cut off.
Someone actually won a free dozen eggs.
Someone won a free
today
dozen eggs.
because we had over a nice raffle towards the end of today's event, and somebody, lucky winner, look forward to hearing from you to come collect your free dozen eggs for my chickadees.
And we gave away a free makeup trial, so that'll be another bride for you. Bride in the bucket.
Yep.
Yeah. Big
And thank you to the videographer, the guy behind the scenes.
Yeah. And this other photographer who could totally
Chris
make a cameo.
Chris
Come here.
Ginn.
Listen, I'll do your moody dark photos, but if you want bright and airy, go to this guy, Chris Ginn. What's it, Chris Ginn Studios?
Christopher Ginn Studios.
Is it Ginn or Ginn?
Ginn.
Ginn it is.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, we'll see you next year.